Hi, thank you for being here to Take 10. In today's session, we're going to be focused on rocking and rolling. So make sure that you have at least a pretty comfortable mat or a couple blankets behind you when we do some spinal rolls. Let's get right into it. You're going to bring the soles of your feet together and your knees out wide for baddha konasana, bound angle pose. Feet can be either as far away or as close into your groin as your hips will allow. And then from here, we're just going to take 5 rounds of cat-cow. So bring your hands, your thumbs in between your arches here. Inhale as you pull the heart forward and look to the ceiling. And then exhale as you press and round the back behind you. Good. 4 more. Inhale, sweeping forward. Exhale, rounding back. Continue here. Just kind of rocking and rolling here on the hips as well as loosening up the spine. Finding our breath connection. Last one. Stack the spine back on top of each other, and then we're going to rock and roll within the ribs. So push the ribs over to the right and then come into that cow position, and then push the ribs over to the left and then come back into cat. Continue. Inhale to the right and then reach forward, and then exhale to the left as you also reach back. 3 more in this direction. Maybe finding a little bit more fluidity between these circles. Rocking and rolling through the ribs. Last 2 circles. Helping aid in any digestion here as we put a little bit of pressure on the internal organs. And then 5 circles in the opposite direction. So ribs to the left, forward, right, and back. Left, forward, right, and back. Last 3. Adding in a little element of play here today as we move through this rock and roll sequence. Good. Stack each vertebrae on top of each other, close the knees like a book, and then you're going to rock back onto the fleshy part of your bum. Grab underneath the knee pits, and you're going to take 5 rock and rolls on the spine. So pressing the back like in cat pose, and then rock back, and then forward, trying to hold yourself here without your feet on the ground. So finding a little balance. Again, loosening up the spine. 3 more. Exhale when you come up. Inhale when you roll back, always rounding the back to protect the lower spine. Getting a little bit into the core here as well as you're finding that stability when you come up. All right, on this next one, you're gonna rock back, plant the feet, and come up into a nice forward fold here. Knees can be bent. Interlace or grab the opposite elbows, nodding the head yes, shaking the head no, and then slowly roll each vertebrae up as you come to stand. Inhale as you lift the chin, head to the ceiling, gaze to the ceiling, and then drop the chin back down to the chest and roll the vertebrae all the way back down into that forward fold. Feeling heavy through the arms and the shoulders. Inhale as you roll back up, stacking each vertebrae on top of each other. Lift the gaze to the ceiling. Exhale, drop the chin, roll each vertebrae back down. Good. 3 more here. Inhale, roll up. Take an extra sip in as you lift your gaze. Exhale, drop the chin as you roll back down. So rocking and rolling the vertebrae here. Last 2. Sipping a little more as you look up. Exhale, drop the chin, roll back down. Good. Last 2 more. Hopefully feeling a little decompression on the lower spine when you come all the way down to the uttanasana forward fold. chin to the chest, roll back down. All right, inhale, roll back up. And this time on your exhale, you're gonna sit your bum down low into chair pose, utkatasana. Inhale as you reach your arms up overhead. Look down, make sure that your knees aren't too far in front of your toes. And then imagine sitting your hips lower, 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 as low as can go. And if they can come all the way down to the ground, you're gonna drop them down to the ground, roll back, and roll back up into that utkatasana, chair pose. And then lower the hips back down, roll back on the back, and then roll up, coming into utkatasana. Good, so getting a little leg strength here. We have 3 more. A lot of stability and control through the core. If you need to use your hands, totally go for it. Otherwise, extra challenge is without hands. Last 2. Last one here. From here, roll up and catch yourself here. And then we're gonna move into navasana boat pose. So shins parallel to the ground, lift through the heart and roll the shoulders back. Inhale here. And then on your exhale, you're gonna lower into low boat. So you can use your hands back behind you if you need. So this is low boat. And then inhale back to high boat. And then exhale, low boat. Good, just 3 more here. Kind of rocking and rowing the boat here. Last one. Come down into your low boat and then lay the head and shoulders back down as you lay the feet back down on the ground as well. Inhale, reach your arms up overhead. And on your exhale, roll up and forward into a nice pashimottanasa forward fold. Then rolling the vertebrae back down just as we did in standing. And then arms overhead. Exhale, roll up. Coming into pashimottanasa forward fold. Good, just 3 more here. So rolling the vertebrae down, using the strength of the core. Finding that element of play and playfulness. We finish our last 2 rock and rolls here. Using the exhale to lift you up. Inhale to lift the heart back up, and then exhale to roll back down. All right, from here we're gonna add on. So inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, roll up into your pashimo. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, roll back. Place the hands next to the thighs. Lift the legs and come back into your halasana. And then set the hips back down. Lay the feet on the ground. Kind of use that momentum to then reach forward. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, roll back into your halasana plough pose. If plough pose doesn't work for you, you can just lift your legs straight up to the ceiling. Otherwise, let's go 3 more here. So you can use a little bit of momentum here to help get the legs up overhead and to help lift the chest here as we come into our pashimo from our halasana. Let's just go 2 more. Finding some nice restoration for the whole spine. Last one. Good. From here, we're going to roll back into halasana, moving into transition. And then you're going to set your hips down, bend your knees, and then plant the soles of your feet. Come back into that nice forward fold. Grab opposite elbows, nod the head yes, shake the head no. Release the hands, roll up to standing. Lift the hands as you lift the gaze. Bring the palms together and let them land at heart center. Bowing the head here for a moment. Take a breath in through the nose. And an open mouth release. Thank you very much for joining me here for a little rock and roll practice. I hope you will take this playful attitude into the rest of your day. I will see you tomorrow.